Hi everybody, just a quick update on similes and metaphors to help you out with your creative writing. So we'll look first of all at similes. A simile is when we compare one thing to something else.
For example, her eyes are as bright as the sun, or the water sparkles like stars. We use similes all the time without even knowing it, and they sort of add really a lot of interest to sentences, and they add interest to what we're saying, and add depth and layers of meaning. Unlike a simile, a metaphor describes something as if it is that thing. For example, Adam is a cheeky monkey, or the sea is a cruel mistress, or you are a witch, or you are a princess, or you are like a frog. You can see that it's stronger. If you say someone you're a witch or you're like a witch, it's slightly different, isn't it? Or you're a princess. So similes and metaphors are a great way of adding colour and depth to any description. So we're looking at the children tiptoed quietly is okay. It's quite a nice description, but the children tiptoed creeping through the house like tiny mice. Um, so basically, that's a nice sentence with tiny mouse, likening them to tiny mouse. So it tells us that the children are little and tiny and very light, and they're sort of a bit illegal and aren't supposed to be there either as well, because the mice are not supposed to be in your house, are they? So this helps you to build a picture in your mind and adds lots of layers of meaning. And all great writers, if you look at all my other videos, you'll see that all the great writers use similes and metaphors to add layers and layers of meaning. They're called connotations, layers and layers of different ideas around a text. So we've got a passage here, and let's have a little look at the techniques being used in this passage. Red-nosed and rosy-cheeked, the crowd waits, watching like hungry tigers. The manager can be seen through the shiny glass doors, slowly making his way towards the swarm of excited men, women, and children. Taking a deep breath, he places the silver key in the metal lock, which has been waiting patiently to be turned. Silence. Then the sound of the key turning in the lock. Filled with excitement, customers stand on their toes, waiting for the final click of the prison gate. The doors burst open, allowing the eager customers to escape into the store. So, red-nosed and rosy-cheeked is alliteration. It probably emphasises how cold they are. Hungry tigers says they're a bit out of control and a bit barbaric and a bit violent. The manager can be seen through the shiny glass door, slowly making his way towards the swarm. The swarm is again an idea of an excited mass of bees at this point. Slowly, so you got the adverb slowly because he's not very pleased to let them all in. He places a silver key in the metal lock, and you got a nice short sentence, silence, and then the sound. They're using sound imagery here. The sound of the key turning in the lock, filled with excitement, customers stand on their tiptoes, waiting for the final click of the prison gate. And so there's the whole idea that outside is a prison and inside, where you can go shopping, is the place to be. Not really my idea of fun, actually, but anyway, to escape into the store. So there's lots of meanings in it the writers put in there. Not all that I agree with you. I think it's better to escape out of the store, actually, into the garden or into nature. So come up with a simile, a metaphor, and a personification to describe this picture. So you've got that lighthouse, smiling, glaring, dancing, winking. You've got the sea, playing, crashing, devouring. You've got that house, snuggled, squatted. You've got the clouds, the sun is shrouded. So there's lots of personifications you can use to describe the picture. Have a little think about it. There it is. So you have lots of meanings in there. Here's someone's writing. In the sky there is a moon stood still over the lighthouse, and the clouds covered the whole sky, and they're white as a ghost. On the shore, the lighthouse stood like still, watching the angry waves fighting the rocks, and the golden beach shines like a diamond. And the cliff stood over the lighthouse. At the top of the cliff there is trees dancing to the sound of the whistling wind. So you've got in the sky, next to the shore, on top of the cliff. Those are sort of starting, aren't they? On top of the cliff, in the sky. So you've got some phrases to start you off. So write a paragraph describing the scene above. Make sure that you use the techniques we've been working on and any others that you might know. Adverbs, WAA if you know it, weather, action, adverb phrases. And you can start it off. It was a cold and gloomy night on the Isle of Skye, and then add in the sky, next to the shore, on top of the cliff. You can go to multisensory description to find my next video if you want. There we are, multisensory description. But yeah, so write a paragraph describing the scene above. Make sure you use the techniques we've been working on and any others that you know. So use adverb, so like slowly, sadly, interestingly. I don't know. And try and use two lists of adjectives. So, for example, the bright green grass danced in the powerful, angry wind. So you've got two adjectives there. And even rule of three, use three adjectives. The small, white, bleak house, huddled next to the lighthouse for comfort. It was like a frightened mouse. Anyway, that's mine. You can think of them of your own anyway. I'm sure you'll have a really good go. And you can think about how this one could be improved. And the errors in that one. White as a ghost, there we are, that's a simile. So watching the angry waves fighting the rocks, that's quite nice, isn't it? Personification.